There's a woman still alive inside you. Not metaphorically. Molecularly. Tiny engines, mitochondria, smaller than bacteria but older than mammals, are burning inside your cells right now. They turn food into energy, breath into motion, thought into fire. And every single one carries a signature, her signature. Close your eyes for 3 seconds. Feel your heartbeat. That rhythm is 200,000 years old. That's her, still alive, still burning. She lived in Africa nearly 200,000 years ago, when Homo sapiens were still learning to be human. She didn't know she was the beginning of everyone. Couldn't know her children would cross deserts, invent language, survive ice ages. She just lived. Ate. Breathed. Survived. Scientists call her Mitochondrial Eve. The last common mother of humanity. Not because she was the first woman. But because every other maternal line eventually ended. Hers didn't. For 10,000 generations. Unbroken. Her story isn't myth, it's encoded inside you. Right now, your heart is beating because of the same microscopic spark that lived inside hers. Your muscles burn her fire. Your cells still whisper her code. It's in your body, 37 trillion cells, each one carrying her signature. A map of endurance written in flesh. If you could stand face to face with her, the woman whose survival made yours possible, what would you say? Would you thank her? Or ask why she made it when 9,999 other mothers didn't? Your cells don't just remember her, they depend on her. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. That oxygen traveling through your blood? It's being burned by Eve's engines right now. Same chemical reaction. 200,000 years. No interruption. Inside each cell, mitochondria burn oxygen like tiny reactors, fueling every heartbeat and thought. But their story is older than you. Older than humanity. 2 billion years older than language itself. Long before humans, a single cell swallowed a bacterium, and instead of digesting it, made a deal. The cell gained an engine. The bacterium gained protection. Neither could survive alone anymore. That partnership never ended. You are the continuation of that ancient pact. Every daughter, every mother, every birth carried that spark forward. Mitochondrial DNA travels only through mothers. It refuses to mix or fade. It journeys like an unbroken signature from Eve's body to yours. Every mutation is a timestamp, 30,000 years ago, coastal India. Every change is a place she walked, 50,000 years ago, Arabian Peninsula. By reading those footprints backward, scientists traced our species' exact path out of Africa. The map doesn't just show where we came from, it shows where we didn't die. Every route on that map is a gauntlet survived, ice ages, droughts, predators, starvation. The paths we took aren't the easy ones, they're the only ones where someone kept breathing. Imagine your DNA as a lantern passed from hand to hand for 200,000 years. Every flicker a generation. Every near extinction, a gust of wind it somehow survived. And you're holding it now. Your turn to keep it lit. If you've ever taken a DNA test, scroll to the mitochondrial haplogroup section. That letter number code? That's how many mutations separate you from Eve. Some are 20 mutations away. Some are 60. Every mutation equals roughly 5,000 years. You can calculate your distance from her. You're alive not because of who reproduced, but because of who didn't stop surviving. Her line didn't end. Yours hasn't either. Yet. 1987, Berkeley, California. 2 geneticists, Alan Wilson and Rebecca Kahn, peered at sequencing gels under the glow of UV lights. They had samples from humans around the world, blood, hair, cheek swabs, and were searching for patterns in mitochondrial DNA. The gels glowed, bands of genetic code arranged like barcodes. Each band a mutation. Each pattern a family signature. And what they found was astonishing, every single sample shared the same foundational sequence. Their colleagues were skeptical. One woman? Impossible, they said. But the data didn't lie. Every maternal line, traced backward through mutation rates, converged on the same point. Same place. Same time. One mother. But here's what most people misunderstand, Eve wasn't the first woman. She wasn't alone. Thousands of women lived at her time, neighbors, rivals, friends. They all had daughters. Somewhere in the next 10,000 generations, every other maternal line ended. Through chance, disease, geography, pure probability, they disappeared. Only hers didn't. She wasn't chosen by destiny. She simply didn't stop. Wilson and Kahn published in 1987. The paper detonated. Academic careers fractured. White supremacists raged. Anthropology textbooks had to be rewritten. Every human alive today carries a fragment of her, the same mitochondrial engine that kept her alive through African droughts, that powered her descendants across the Arabian Peninsula 70,000 years ago, through ice ages in Europe, across Beringia into the Americas. Every route a gauntlet. Every generation a near miss with extinction. Imagine holding a strand of DNA that tells the story of an entire species. Every mutation, every tiny change, is a breadcrumb. Scientists followed them backward like detectives reconstructing a crime scene from invisible evidence. Next time you touch your face, your hands, your arms, remember, that spark inside you isn't new. It's ancient. It's her. Still burning. By now, you know Eve existed. But most narratives get it wrong. She wasn't first. She wasn't alone. There were thousands of women alive 200,000 years ago. What set her apart? A brutal statistical lottery. Over 10,000 generations, countless maternal lines vanished. Not dramatically, quietly. A daughter dies in childbirth. A mother succumbs to illness before her children reproduce. A family line ends in a drought. Geography isolates a group until they fade. One by one, systematically, probabilities caught up with 9,999 lines. Only hers survived every roll of the dice. How does a maternal line end? Simple: no daughters, or daughters who don't reproduce, or daughters whose daughters don't survive. If even one generation fails to produce female offspring, the mitochondrial line dies. Eve's line never broke. For 10,000 generations. That's statistically staggering. Geneticists call this a population bottleneck, a moment when a species squeezes through a narrow passage of survival. Most lines die. One survives. Humanity passed through Eve. Visualize this: a room holds 10,000 women. Every decade, a few disappear. Every century, dozens fade. Every millennium, hundreds are gone. You watch for 200,000 years, 7,000 generations passing. Finally, you open your eyes. One woman's lineage remains. Every human descends from her. Her mitochondrial signature is a time travel passport. Every mutation a timestamp. Every change a place she walked. Scientists traced her path, 200,000 years ago in East Africa. 70,000 years ago across the Arabian Peninsula. 50,000 years ago into India. 40,000 years ago through Southeast Asia. 15,000 years ago across Beringia into the Americas. Every mutation marks survival. Every route a gauntlet conquered. Stop reading. Put your hand on your chest. Feel your heart. That rhythm, 72 beats per minute, 103,680 beats per day, is powered by mitochondria burning the same fuel Eve's burned. Same process. Same engine. 200,000 years of unbroken combustion. She's alive in that pulse. Her story reframes everything we thought about human ancestry. She wasn't a singular heroine. She was a survivor. A template. A proof that lineages, not individuals, carry the legacy of survival. Look in the mirror. You're not just her descendant, you're her continuation. The face looking back carries 200,000 years of unbroken survival. She's still here. In you. 37 trillion mitochondria hum in your body, powering thought, motion, heartbeat. All carry the code of one woman, Mitochondrial Eve, linking every cell to survival across 200,000 years. They strip electrons from food and oxygen, spinning molecular turbines to produce ATP, adenosine triphosphate, the universal fuel of life. Every thought, every muscle contraction, every heartbeat depends on Eve's engines. Her mitochondria power it all. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Feel oxygen flow into your bloodstream. That oxygen is burned by Eve's mitochondria now. Every inhale, every heartbeat, every cell contraction is her legacy alive in real time. When you're exhausted at 3 p.m., that fatigue is her mitochondria requesting fuel. Every sigh, tremor, or shaking hand is powered by the same biochemical engines that enabled survival in African droughts, Siberian cold, and Amazonian heat. Her endurance flows through your own body. Mitochondrial failure causes disease, diabetes, chronic fatigue, heart conditions. The same engines that kept Eve alive 200,000 years ago determine your present-day health. Understanding her biology explains more than history, it explains life itself. Her survival was statistical improbability. Thousands of maternal lines perished, hers persisted. Each generation passed intact mitochondrial DNA to daughters. You inherit not just genes but the biochemical machinery that ensured each lineage survived environmental extremes for millennia. Place your hand on your chest. Feel your heartbeat. Breathe deeply. Imagine a relay over 200,000 years, Africa, Arabia, India, Americas. Each mother passes mitochondrial DNA intact to her daughter, a genetic baton that never drops. Now you hold it. That pulse, that oxygen, that fire, your daily energy is her continuity, her unbroken relay, lived now in your body. This is not abstract science. It's a story of adaptation, endurance, and human tenacity, encoded in your cells, spun into energy, and expressed in every heartbeat, muscle contraction, and thought. Her mitochondria adapted to high-altitude oxygen scarcity in Tibet, Arctic cold in Siberia, and tropical heat in Amazonia. One engine, infinite environments. Flexibility written directly into your cells. As you age, mitochondria degrade, producing less energy and more oxidative stress. That's not failure, it's 200,000 years of continuous operation. Eve's engines power lifetimes before wearing down, leaving you inheriting her endurance and legacy. Eve didn't just survive, she ensured survival. Her energy hums in your cells. Her fire burns in your muscles. You are the current bearer of that unbroken flame. Every action you take, movement, thought, breath, is the echo of her relentless, enduring life. You've traced her path. You've felt her engines. Now the question becomes, what does it mean? History isn't behind you, it's inside you, burning in every cell. Every heartbeat, every breath, every drop of energy coursing through your muscles carries the legacy of one woman. Her survival wasn't luck alone, it was the persistence of life itself, encoded in mitochondria that power you right now. When you climb stairs, type, run, or even breathe slowly, feel it, that oxygen is hers. That fatigue is hers. Every exhale, every tremor of tired hands, every pulse is the continuation of 200,000 years of unbroken survival. Her engines adapted to high-altitude oxygen scarcity in Tibet, to Arctic cold in Siberia, to tropical heat in Amazonia. That same engine powers you, in infinite environments, today. Place your hand on your chest. Feel the pulse. Now breathe deeply, hold it, exhale slowly. That oxygen you just inhaled? Eve's engines are burning it right now. The relay of maternal inheritance stretches across millennia, from Africa to Arabia, India, the Americas. Each generation passed it intact, a baton never dropped. You hold it now. As you age, your mitochondria age. They accumulate damage, produce less energy, generate more oxidative stress. That's not failure, it's the cost of 200,000 years of continuous operation. Even Eve's engines eventually wear down. But not before powering entire lifetimes. Eve didn't just survive, she ensured survival. You are the relay. You are the flame. You are the future she never saw but made possible. Look in the mirror. The face looking back has outlasted 9,999 other maternal lines. That face is ancient. That face is a miracle. That face is hers. And now, it is yours.